All right, all right, all right. So this is me talking over that airplane flying through the air because they seem to want to. I live next to a lake and they constantly are flying here now. And it'll become more as summer comes in. But let's get back to this. This is my first After Dark video. After Dark is a part of KEWL. So this will be like one of the shows underneath the KEWL part of Studio L7. KEWL is a radio show. This will be like, I don't know, a talk show. After Dark. I call it After Dark because I'm going to do it most of the time at night after I'm through doing something and I see something or come up with something I want to share. I'm going to call that After Dark. So this is KEWL After Dark. Plus it sounds kind of cool when I say it. KEWL After Dark. Or I can welcome to KEWL After Dark. And this is After Dark. Yeah, whatever. You get it. You get it. But this is the first one. So, as in the other video the other night, I've been asked to talk more about my career because I have a listener that thinks that this would be you think that this would be interesting. I'm only here to please. So let's talk a little bit more about the 3 pillars that I live by for my career. Now, this is how I actively do stuff today. I live by these 3 pillars. Research, research, relationships, and I shoot for what I want to work with. Let me explain. Back in the day, we'd make a general portfolio towards, I don't know, food, drink, whatever we were wanting to shoot, a general one. But I do it a little bit different. I do the research on the company like this brewery. I take time, I go up and I talk to the owners, go in there and drink a little bit, get to know people, build a relationship, find out what they're doing, understand how the ground is laid, understand the message that they want to get out. Not just, this is all part of research, but not just what they tell me. By doing this, I get the feeling of it. I go, I learn, I build a relationship. That's research, building a relationship. Then maybe I get the product and I bring it home, shoot it in the studio. Now I can do it to their branding, not trying to. I've done the research. I know their branding. I can make it for what they like. At least that's what I'm trying to do. It's worked out so far for me. That is research, relationships, shoot for what I want to do. So maybe during that research relationship phase, I bring some of that product home, I shoot it, I drink it. But that's what I show them. This is what I want to do for you. Meanwhile, during the relationship and the research phase, I've discovered problems they're having. We're not selling this and it's better than this. We're selling more food than we are beer, or we're selling beer more than we are food. I discovered that naturally. I'm going to lay down something so you can maybe get a grip a little bit more on what I'm talking about. Back in the day, we're going back. How far back? Way back. iPods were just being invented. The touch hadn't been invented yet, but Microsoft had something called a Zune. That was a candy bar looking phone-like MP3 player that could surf the web. So I wanted to take senior portraits. Now, because people listen to me in New Zealand, Australia, Brazil, Germany, not everybody has this. But in America, we have senior portraits. When a young lady or a young man, their last year in high school, they get portraits that are called senior portraits, their senior year. I will stick more with girls because I've found over my career, parents of girls spend more money than parents of boys. It's less important to boys, more important to girls. So even though you think you're selling to mom, you're selling to that girl. And that girl's going to tell daddy, mom, what she wants. If she's happy and mom's happy, dad's happy. Keep that in mind. So I wanted to start taking senior portraits. Research. Who's doing what? Who's doing where? What's going on? Pretty much come into the studio, take shots. Pick a space outside, take shots. Some of them had a certain place they went, but nobody really stressed on it. I found an opening. Here's what I did. 5 young ladies. I know their parents. I took them to the Bay Area, to San Francisco. Pictures, Golden Gate Bridge, Lombard Street, trolley car, take them to dinner, take them to lunch. I know it sounds really creepy, but hang on. The girl and her mom, or dad, didn't matter to me. But they had to be, one of the parents had to go with them, preferably the mom. And it didn't have to be a girl, it could have been a boy. But for the first one, I picked 5 girls. I took them out, pictures on the beach, pictures on trolley car, pictures on the beach with the Golden Gate Bridge and back, pictures on the beach, San Francisco and back. You got it. Some of them early in the morning walking down a Pier 39, whatever, Fisherman's Wharf is what we always called it. Went off real well. Took them to dinner, bought them lunch, put them up in a hotel. I paid for all that. $8,000-9,000 for me to do it. Advertising, marketing. That's how I looked at it. Not everybody's got that, but there's a way around it. I just want you to get the gist of what I was doing. I bought these little Zunes, had my name of my studio etched in the back. took a copy of these pictures and made mom prints to give to these parents and kids for doing this for me. Not you get a deal, not 50% off. Thank you. Paid for the trip, everything. These girls took these Zunes because none of the other ones are around yet. Went back to school. I had my senior portrait done. Look what I got. Boom, boom. He gave me this too. Those 5 girls turned into 15 girls the next year. I immediately got calls. Hey, when can we do this? I said, I only do this one time a year. It's going to be on this time. This is what we do. Because of the first time, I learned a lot. The second time, I went to restaurants, got deals. Hey, I'm bringing roughly 30 people in here to eat. Now remember, now I'm getting paid, so I'm not paying for it all. I'm including that in on the price. Hotel, I went to Holiday Inn, made a deal with them, picked Holiday Inn because Holiday Inn, no matter where you go, they're all the same. You're not going to be shocked by something different. They're pretty much always the same. And if you want higher, more fancy, you got the Crown Plaza, which is part of Holiday Inn. And you have the Continental, which is way up there. 15 girls. Now I've got it dialed. We go. This time, though, I rent this box van to meet us out there. And it's a big van that's set up like kind of like a bathroom. And they pull up and they can go in there and change. So if they want to change outfits, so I'm letting them change outfits. And we can do it on the fly. But now we go to the Bay Area and Santa Cruz. Works out real well. The average price for a good senior portrait session is between $400 and $500 back then. I got $2,500, unheard of. 15 girls at $2,500. That would end up being, after iPads were invented, the iPad mini to be exact. First, I went from the Zune to the iPod Touch, looked like a little miniature phone, to the iPad mini. Now it's a thing. Now I'm doing 50 girls. I have to split them up to 2 weeks. And what I do is I go San Francisco, and then the second one is Santa Cruz, Monterey. I bring in the box truck for them to change clothes so they can do 3 clothes changes. While one's changing clothes, I'm shooting the next one, yada, yada, yada. But I bring in a makeup artist. Hotels, food, experience. Now, I went from 25 to almost 7,000 a child. Unheard of. But I'm not selling pictures anymore. I'm selling an experience. Through this whole situation, I did the research. I learned from my first 5. Brought in other stuff. Built a relationship with these. I've shot weddings with some of these girls. A relationship. I built relationships with the hotels, the restaurants. That's where the relationship went. I shoot and show the other girls, for the new ones, what I shot the year before. A couple shoot my portfolio for what I want. Something like that would work today. You could do that today. A young lady came to me that was just starting photography. Well, she's not just starting, but she's wanting to do seniors. She said, "How did you make this work?" I said, "Tell me, what do your customers want?" She goes, "Well, my customers want portraits." They want senior portraits, right? Yeah, my customers want senior portraits that are really nice, that are better than everybody else's. Keyword there, you just said better than everybody else's. My customers are looking for me. I built an experience. They're really not paying for the pictures. They're paying for the experience. Makeup artist, craft tables, food, you got it. That's what we turned it into. Now remember, in the end, these were high dollar customers, but they're paying for it. So the price never was a question, because that daughter for the next got on the dad, "Hey, I want this guy. I want to go do what Jenny did." That helped it sell. Let's get off of seniors. Now we're going to implement that into commercial work. I've got the brewery I'm going to do. I say I'm going to do it because I'm still in research and relationship mode. I did the research, where they come from, how it started, what they're doing, numbers wise, everything that's happening. Now I go there, tell them what I'm doing, start making friends, building a relationship, hanging out. Hey, teach me that, they know what I'm there for. They know that I'm, going to do a thing that's going to benefit them. And I find out the story behind it. With this, I know what the company is doing. I know what it has done. Because of this relationship and research, I'm discovering the problems. See, when you go to a company and go, "Hey, what do you need me to do for your brewery?" They're going to say, "Hey, I need you to bring me more customers." It's a little deeper than that. The problem might be we're selling more food than we are beer, and we're a brewery. We're selling more beer, and we want to sell more food because we have a chef. You find the problem out. A lot of times they're not going to tell you because they don't know what it is. That's where you're not a photographer anymore. You're fixing a problem. Every place has got some kind of problem. My job is to figure out how to get them to sell more food because their brewers are doing fine. That's what I got to do. That same thing happens with a hotel. That same thing happens with a restaurant. That same thing happens with a boutique store. How come we're not selling this, that, this? My job is to do the research, find out what can help them, where they're having problems at, build that relationship, build that trust, shoot what I'm going to do, show it to them. Now they trust me. Now we move on. We move on to the real stuff. I hope you're picking up what I'm throwing down. I hope you're smelling what I'm stepping in. I digress. So, if you wanted to make a little bit extra cash with your camera, you have these gurus that'll go, run down to the bar and tell them that you're here for. You don't do that. That's a one-hit wonder. Somebody has made some money doing that, but that doesn't work. Research, relationships, shoot what you want. Shoot what you want to shoot, what you want to take pictures of. Could be if I was doing it today, mountain biking's real huge still. You know how much money they put into mountain bikes? An average, when you go to the mountain bike races, average bike's at least $6,000. They've got invested into it. You don't think they wouldn't want some action shots? Now, there are photographers that do that. But maybe, just maybe, apply that same thing to horse shows, bicycle races. Those kids. Find out if the local soccer club has got somebody running around taking pictures. Usually there's a one-time you get the pictures. But if you set up, you can make some money doing action shots. I'm just saying. Weddings. Just like with the seniors, make it an experience. You go to a wedding, if I was going to do weddings, but I'm not going to because I don't like people. But if I was going to do weddings, I would have venues in my book. I would have flower people in my book. I'd have jewelers in my book. I would have, you name it, I would have them in my book. So when I show these people, okay, we're doing a wedding. Do you have a makeup artist? Because I'll bring a makeup artist with me. If you have somebody doing your makeup, please let me get in contact with them so I can work with them and experience. Every time I've done that when I've shot a wedding, oh, you have a makeup artist? Yeah, I have a makeup artist. She's worked on this, and this. Here's some of the pictures we've taken. That I become full service. I become part of that. I stand out. Instead of let me take some pictures and hand you a CD or a jump drive. Now I became integral. I became part of it. I'm involved. I've done the research. I'm doing a relationship with the people. I get involved. Hey, I can help you out with that. That makes me different than everybody else. Coffee. Breweries are huge right now where I'm at. Boats. These are all things that you can make cash with if you want to make cash commercially and start your commercial stuff. Local boutiques. Great to start with. And go up and ask. You have the internet. I started this before the internet. Find out about the boutique, where it is. That gives you information through the research and allows you to ask questions that are pertinent to what you need to do. Restaurants. There's a restaurant up the road here that I know the guy real well. Let's talk about the same but different. 360 cameras. Everybody goes, oh, yeah. No, 360 cameras. Here's how I broke into 360 cameras. They made these little round 360 cameras that sucked. I took 6 cameras like this, put them on a mount, 3 backups, 3 red, with an 8mm lens to shoot video in 360. I took a 360 head, a Ninja Neural, I can't remember the name of that anymore, Ninja something, and shot pictures, and that head allows me to line it up to do 360 shots. Took a while, had to set up. Then all of a sudden they started making these small, compact Insta360 Ricoh, GoPro, all-in-ones. Not as good as what I was doing, but pretty damn good and fast, very fast. I bought this Insta360 camera, a Ricoh. I paid $400 for it. I took that camera, went to a guy that I know that's doing a restaurant up here that I used to go for lunch all the time. Hey, man, I want to shoot a 360 walkthrough up here. I mean, like literally the day I got it. I want to shoot a 360 walkthrough restaurant, and we'll put it up on Google. And he goes, nah, dude, it's not going to cost you anything, but check it out. Watch. All right. I shot it. He signed in. We put it up on Google. It's got this walk around. He looked at me and goes, now that I see that, I'd have paid you money for that. I said, no, that's all right, man. Free. I got in my car, went to his competitor, sat there and drank a beer. He started talking to me, flipped out my card. Hey, what I'm doing is I'm here in town doing 360 walkthroughs. It's this newfangled thing. Oh, no, we're not interested. Well, here, hang on. Take a look at this. My iPad. Your competitor down the road. Yeah, I just shot one for him for $500, $300. You did? Yeah. All right, we'll do it. I shot it. $300. Went to the next competitor. How are you doing? Here's my card. I'm here doing this. No. Look, Joe and John did this. Okay, we'll do it. Remember, I'm putting it up on Google. It's not even costing me anything to house this. How much? $500. Not a problem. Flipped out the money. Moved to the next one. I shot. Did the research. Put it on Google. Doesn't cost me anything. Nobody's doing it. Research. Went to my buddies. Shot what I want to take pictures of. Went to the next one. Showed my portfolio. Learned the pricing as I went along. Hired 2 other guys to take over what I was doing, and they're doing it today. Still going. Just saying. The 3 pillars. Research, relationships, shoot and show what you want to take pictures of. If you can't show it, you can't sell it. Restaurants, you could go do that today if you had a 360 camera. You could do it with one of these. But I'm just saying, this is another way. Let's take that one further. Real estate photography. You got 360. They also need regular pictures. Architecture photography. You can pull some off of that. You can also do venues. Remember, venues. I see these a lot in now 360 walkthroughs of venues. I get it. But you want to stand out. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to stand out. I would do the research. Find out what they're doing. Most of the ones I see are just a walkthrough, a regular walkthrough. Well, I would go and offer them big shots with a regular camera, the walkthrough, maybe some video. Do the research. Start visiting them. Hey, my name's Bob. How you doing? My name is Jack. Whatever your name is. This is what we're doing. Allow me to help you. Once you become friends, once you have a relationship going on, you're gonna find out the problem. You're gonna find out, well, I don't get enough weddings. I don't get enough bar mitzvahs. I don't get enough parties. Whatever the problem is, now you have something to work on. Once you find that out, that problem, now you're not just taking a picture. Your customer isn't looking for somebody to take pictures of their venue. They're looking for you. You're going to fix their problem. We don't get enough weddings. Research. What can I do to get more weddings? What have they been doing? What are their competitors doing? How can I change that? How can I make that me? How can I make it me? It's all good. And if you don't want to do anything with your camera, that's cool too. But it gave me something to talk about for ASMR. I hope you enjoyed this. I really like talking about what I do, not me personally. And remember, I like talking about taking pictures. I don't like bragging about taking pictures because no, I am not the best. But in the industry, I don't have to be the best photographer. I don't have to be the best videographer, which I am not a video guy, but I shoot video because I like to eat and I like electricity and water in my house. But I'm an awesome problem solver. Awesome. That's the difference. If you can solve a problem with what you do, and sometimes you won't be able to. If you can solve the problem, you're not just a photographer. You're not just a videographer. You're not just a salesman. You're a friend. You're a problem solver. The restaurant up here that they just started, I go in there and it's a hometown kind of restaurant. Nothing special. But when I was a kid, my grandfather used to take me to have catfish and eggs in the morning. Yeah, I know some of you say catfish is garbage fish. Doesn't matter. It's delicious when it's done right. So we'd go to this place and get catfish and eggs. That place doesn't do that anymore. And I'm an old ass man now, and my grandfather's not around. But I was telling this guy up here when I was making friends with him with this restaurant about my grandfather take me to this place. We'd have catfish and eggs, and later on we'd have did this great thing with clams. Those aren't on his menu. He goes, I can do that. And he made them for me. So for 4 or 5 years, I would go up there, and he would make me catfish and eggs. He started doing this clam thing, and he started getting into other stuff that he did really well, but they weren't on the menu because he couldn't afford to have that on the menu all the time because it wasn't sold enough. And I understand that. That's not a, doesn't mean it's a bad, doesn't mean it's a bad, I just got a message from my wife. No worries. Love you. Yeah. Doesn't mean it's a bad restaurant. It just means he's a smart businessman. I just discovered a problem that I can fix. I said, hey, let's do this. I built him an app, and I took pictures of all of his food, and I took pictures, I'm just using this as a reference, of his menu and his logo. The Ugly Mug is what it's called. And I built this app so you take your phone and you turn this app on and you pass over that logo and it tells you the secret menu and what days it's cooked. And I sold to him on, hey, let's do this. One time a week, you're going to do clam and a wine sauce. Let's say on Saturdays. They got to have this app to know when you're doing it and what's on the menu. The secret menu, like In-N-Out does. The secret menu. Let's try it. Let's try it. So we did the secret menu thing, and he got so many. Now remember, I just didn't come up with this off the top of my head. I don't want to sound like that. Deliberating. We were talking, we were bullshitting, and he was throwing stuff back and forth, and because we became buddies. And we came up with this together mostly. Hey, let's do this app thing. Have your little secret menu. Let's try it. He came to me and goes, hey, I have got a 20% increase on my income from adding these menu items. That's 20%. Do the math. He does a $3,500 a day. He just raised that 20%. The cost to have those items was only 10% at the most. Do the math. That was years ago. Now he does a food truck with his kid, which is cool. And they do the same thing. They take that little app and you find out where the food truck is. And it could be doing clams. There's all kinds of stuff on the menu. And that's one way. I'm sorry for coffee. It's my belly going coffee. That is one way, not just a photographer, a problem solver. That's what it becomes. I hope you're picking up what I'm throwing down. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. another story time talking. And I really like doing these. I think I'm going to do some more. If you guys like them, let me know in the comments if you like just the talking ones sometimes. As soon as we get my wife squared away, which is she's doing really well. And I appreciate you giving me best wishes. Love it. Thank you guys. A true community. It means more to me than you will ever know. Getting her squared away. At her age, they did a spinal. She had problems with her back. A car wreck when she was like 30. At her age, they worry about infection. Not because anything's dirty, but because we're all different. I get cut. I heal up in like an hour. I don't know what it is, but one of my kids get a cut. They bleed for like days. But so it's not anybody's fault. They did cultures and there's something in there in her blood. So all they're doing is giving her antibiotics to make sure it doesn't do anything. The bug it is probably would go away by itself, but they're just making sure. So they brought her back into the hospital. I can bring her food. I can go see her anytime I want to. They know me by my first name. The guards and everything when you go into the hospital. I bring all kinds of food in for her. It's just giving her antibiotics. So what happened is she got the surgery on her L4 and L5. They went in there. They smoothed it out, put a little cage around it, and fused it. Because she was moving around and twisting like she wasn't supposed to do, it compressed the nerve because of the swelling. We went back in. They elongated the tunnel and gave the nerve some room. It alleviated it. Come back out. A couple days later, she starts getting a fever. Says she feels fine. It's just 102-degree fever. She's got the chills. I took her back to the hospital. They did cultures. Found that there's something going on. They started giving her antibiotics. They decided to do this to make sure because of her age. Now, my wife is like 113. No, my wife's a couple years older than I am. But when you get old, stuff breaks down. Now, you young guys, young people out there, when you get old, stuff breaks down. Just trust me. It doesn't suck getting old. It's actually pretty awesome. But be cool. Be nice to people. Help out. Solve problems. Do your research. Make friends. What you want to do will happen. Anything. Everything I've talked about today with photography will work in everyday life. Trust me. KEWL on Friday. Don't forget to become a member. Got two of them. I'm going to start hitting pretty hard on those and putting some stuff in on them. If you just like what I'm doing and want to help out, buy me a coffee. There's a link. There'll be a link. Buy me a coffee. Till next time, see ya.